State lawmakers met to consider if changes need to be made to the agency responsible for keeping the power grid online.
The hearing comes after new findings that the Public Utility Commission is, quote, woefully under-resourced to do its job. Fox 4's Blake Hansen in now with the latest. Blake.
Yeah, Heather and Steve, in the wake of the deadly 2021 winter storm, legislators moved up the sunset review process for the PUC and ERCOT. It says lawmakers try to assess if the system still works as well as it should after all of those changes made, given that we're headed into our second winter since that storm.
We found more can and should be done to help restore the public's trust in the agency.
The State Sunset Advisory Commission, which reviews the performance of state agencies, took a look Wednesday at a staff review of the two main players tasked with keeping the lights on. ERCOT, which manages the flow of power, as well as the Public Utility Commission, which tackles policy and was ordered by lawmakers to keep a closer eye on ERCOT after the 2021 winter storm. But state staffers believe it may not have enough people to do that.
In your estimation, does the PUC have what it needs in terms of resources and staffing to perform the tasks with which we have charged it?
No. And I think we said as much in the report.
The lack of resources, as you all have identified and the Sunset Commission identified, has made implementing all of the tasks you all gave us very, very difficult.
The review also found the PUC lacks the staff to independently analyze data, that its communications with the public are lacking, and that it lacks policies and procedures in certain areas, leading at least one lawmaker to float the idea of having the PUC focus solely on regulating electricity instead of other utilities like water as it does now.
I would really think we would be best served by having professionals, well compensated, fully staffed, focusing exclusively, totally on each of these vitally important issues.
Lawmakers did appear receptive to getting the Public Utility Commission more resources, but lawmakers are still not receptive of the Commission's recent efforts to redesign the market for buying and selling power. Last week, a bipartisan group of state senators sent the PUC a letter expressing concerns the Commission's plans would not guarantee more power generation, essentially asking it to hold off until the legislature could take a closer look. The chair of the committee that sent the letter, Senator Charles Schwertner, had this exchange Wednesday.
I think guidance is also given informally, verbally at times, and then obviously by what the B&C committee did in a unanimous bipartisan 9-member letter to your agency, which I haven't received a response from your agency regarding our concerns brought forth. Would you consider that guidance as well?
Yes, very much guidance, and I've been preparing for this hearing and another one earlier this week, but look forward to responding to that letter.
No changes made at this point. We'll wait to see what the legislature does in terms of changes, if any, when the session gets underway next year.